Hi everyone, it's Terry here from GoGo Shopaway with another layout using the Pinkfresh Studio Good Times collection. I've pulled out this white cut file from Pear Tree Cut Files that says Autumn Splendour, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out letters to back the word summer. Sometimes I do this as one single piece, or I'll do it as individual letters, but this time it works out quite well to do it as one whole piece. And you'll just see that I do speed up cutting it out because it can take time, but it's a really worthwhile thing to do, and it really does make a difference to your layout. So I'm just going to use this kind of plain mustard orangey yellow colour that's very autumnal shades to back the word autumn, and then I will add some more colour to that cut file. So for this layout I am focusing on using a patterned paper background. It's kind of like a bit of a grid effect, and then I've got a grid design on top of that. But first I'm just adding some more detail to this cut file, and I'm using some Cambella watercolour paints, and I'm just adding some golds and oranges to those leaves that are there to pull in those autumnal colours again, so that it coordinates with the collection that I'm using. They have a beautiful metallic finish to them, these watercolours, and these are what we got at the June GoGo Getaway. And as you can see, they are well used, and these are beautiful colours. I do now have a bit of a collection going on of these watercolours because they're so beautiful. So as I mentioned, I'm going to use this grid paper as my background, and I just want to add a couple of tone areas just to the top and bottom sections, just to add a bit of a different pattern and a little bit of a design feature there. So I'm just tearing out some sections on the top and bottom corners, and then I will back that with some patterned paper. So I'm just using the patterned paper that's got like an orangey vine leaf shape to it. So it's quite subtle, but it just adds a little bit of a design feature to the layout and starts to get it created. So I'm going to use this 3x4 photo, and I'm pulling out some of the journaling cards. I've got one of these little journaling envelopes from the collection. I'm also going to pull in some of those wood embellishment pieces. They're kind of like, some part of it's wood, and then there's like card tags to it. So I'm just working out roughly where I want to put these pieces, and I do back that on top of that patterned paper, which is the same as what is hidden behind those torn strips. So it's pulling that layout together using the same patterns. So again, I'm just distressing the edges, and because this is a grid style layout, it does come together quite quickly. Just creating a little tag to fit in that envelope in the centre, and that's where I'm going to add some extra journaling, some extra hidden journaling. This photo was taken at Allen Bank, which is in Grasmere in the Lake District, and you can help yourself to a cup of tea there and sit and watch the world go by. So that's what I'm doing there. Now I've got the rough basis of my layout, I'm just going through what bits of ephemera I've got, and I've got all these frames to use. So I do decide to use one of these chipboard frames, and I'm adding some of that same patterned paper behind it. Again, it just ties in with the rest of the layout and adds a little bit more depth to the page. I'm just going through and adding some of the cardstock and chipboard stickers to add a little bit more detail to some of those areas within the grid. This is a non-uniform sort of grid design quite free flowing rather than being very regimented and specific. It's a little bit more of a relaxed sort of grid, but you still get a similar effect. And I'm kind of treating each little section as its own entity and adding little bits of embellishment to them. I'm just going to fussy cut out some of these florals just to add a bit more embellishment to the layout and something a little bit different, because most of what I've added has been flat to the layout except for the wooden embellishments. So I've got a few fussy cut florals out now, and I'm just going to add them into a few areas, just to add some areas to kind of build up clusters of embellishment. So I've added a little puffy sticker teacup on top of that one that's on the bottom left hand corner of the photo, and I've just added in another little chipboard piece there, and then I'm going to go in and tuck in some little enamel dots around my areas of embellishment, just to create a different kind of feel to it and add a different texture. So I'm just looking at what else I might want to add. Now I've finished with the enamel dots, and I'm just going to add in some black, because there is some black in the layout, but I just wanted to add a bit more, so I'm using this journaling pen to create a doodle border. I'm just popping my journaling in that journaling card there. I'm going to add some extra hidden journaling on that tag that's in the centre, but I'm going to do that off camera. To finish off the layout, I'm just going to add some splatters of white acrylic paint, and what I've done is I've just watered that down and adding it around the areas where the embellishment clusters are. So this is my layout finished. Thank you for joining me on YouTube today. There's lots and lots of inspiration over on the Shopaway, the GoGo Shopaway account, and you'll find all the products on their website.